The final months of the Second World War in Europe. Before the main battle in Berlin commenced, the Red Army encircled the city after the successful battles of the Seelow Heights and Halb. On the 20th of April 1945, Hitler's birthday, the First Belarusian Front, led by Marshal Georgy Zhukov, advanced from the east and north and started shelling Berlin city center. Meanwhile, Marshal Ivan Konyev's First Ukrainian Front broke through Army Group Center and advanced towards the southern suburbs of Berlin. On the 23rd of April, the date that my diorama is set, General Helmuth Weidling assumed command of the forces within Berlin. The garrison consisted of several depleted and disorganized Wehrmacht and Waffen-SS divisions, along with poorly trained Volkssturm and Hitler Youth members. With the city completely surrounded and the defenders outnumbered 11-1, this one-sided battle was a futile waste of lives on both sides. Surrender would have been the sensible course of action, but the Führer ordered them to fight on in the vain hope that they would be relieved. But their would-be saviours, the commanders of both the 9th and 12th Armies, realised the futility of such an operation and sensibly decided not to throw away the lives of the troops under their command when defeat was inevitable. They eventually opted to fight their way to the American lines, preferring to surrender to them rather than suffer their fate at the hands of a vengeful Russian army. Over the course of the next week, the Red Army gradually took the entire city. The Last Stand, Battle of Berlin, 23rd of April, 1945. I always like to have a story for my builds. My fourth ever diorama depicts a scene from one of the 20 Berlin bridges spanning the River Spree during the last days of the war in Europe. German defenders are preparing to face the advancing Soviet 94th Guards Rifle Division, part of the 5th Shock Army. Commander of the city's defensive forces, General Helmuth Weidling, has just arrived with a few reinforcements. To briefly give his final instructions to a ragtag group of fanatical troops drawn from the SS Panzer Grenadiers, that's the 11th SS Volunteer Panzer-Grenadier Division Nordland, Volksgrenadiers, the 547th Volksgrenadier Division, and from the Wehrmacht, Panzer-Division Müncheberg. Members of the Volkssturm, the Home Guard consisting of old men and Hitler Youth, mostly in civilian clothes, distinguished by their armbands, man the ruins and stand behind barricades consisting of anti-tank obstacles, barbed wire fences and sandbags. Accompanying the general is an SDKFZ 251 half-track, delivering the very last of the high explosive and anti-tank ammunition for the gun crew. Ironically, it's a captured Russian gun. It was common practice for the Germans to use equipment captured from their enemies. A tank commander is showing the general, who has just arrived in a Horch 4x4 truck with a handful of battle-weary SS troopers, on his map where he thinks the Russian forces are. The defenders know that the Russians are getting close, but sneaking in, under the cover of the noise of the firing of the 76mm cannon, the first of the approaching Soviet assault troops are actually much closer than they realize.